On Global TV News Express, President Tinubu commences annual leave departs Abuja for Europe. In business, United Nations suspend air service in Nigeria over funding shortfall. And on the foreign scene, Lisbon railway crash kills 15. In sports, Team Lagos tops medal table as 9th National Youth Games. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global TV. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Ramsey Enoch. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Now the news in full. Northeast governors have urged President Bola Tinubu to promise the completion of 19 major road projects and resume oil exploration in Kolmani, Lake Chad frontier wells during a meeting at the presidential villa in Abuja. Led by Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State, the forum listed critical roads such as Kano-Maiduguri, Bama-Mubi-Rola, and Maiduguri-Mangunu-Baga, noting that improved connectivity would boost trade, security, and development across the 6 states. President Tinubu assured the delegation, which included governors of Gombe, Bauchi, Yobe, Adamawa, and Taraba, of his administration's commitment to addressing infrastructural gaps, as well as supporting the region's peace and stability. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has begun a 10-day working vacation in Europe. The presidency announced this in a statement signed by Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, who stated that the president is scheduled to spend the period between France and the United Kingdom before returning to Nigeria at the end of the break. The trip formed part of his 2025 annual leave, with official noting that he will combine rest with some official engagement while abroad. In a renewed effort to strengthen governance at the grassroots, the House of Representatives has organized a national retreat, an interactive workshop for local government officials across the country. The initiative, in collaboration with the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, seek to equip council officials with the right tool to bridge the gap between the federal government and the people. Our correspondent, Aniete Patrick, reports.
The National Retreat and Interactive Workshop, convened by the House Committee on Delegated Legislation in partnership with the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, is designed to deepen democracy at the grassroots and promote better service delivery. Chairman of the committee, Olufemi Bamishele, in his welcome address, emphasized the critical role of Parliament in ensuring seamless collaboration between all tiers of government for national development.
Focus will be on the bylaw making process. We will delve into strategies that empower local governments to create impactful bylaws that cater for the unique needs of their communities. This is pivotal not only for enhancing local governance, but also for fostering accountability and enriching the lives of the citizens we serve.
Representing the Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Onwusoro Maduka, challenged local government authorities to take ownership of policies that directly impact their communities.
There's need for continuous training of both executive and legislative arms at the local level on legislative drafting, constitutionalism, and policy analysis. Collaboration with state houses of assembly. We need to ensure bylaws are in sync with state laws and federal laws to avoid conflicts or duplication.
Similarly, ALGON National Chairman Bello Lawal, through his representative, reaffirmed the commitment of local governments to remain steadfast until they are fully empowered to meet the aspirations of the people.
ALGON will not relent until local governments are fairly empowered with the resources needed to meet the expectation of our people in line with the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, represented by the Chairman House Committee on Hyperdeck, Pascal Abodike, underscored the need for continuous synergy between the federal and local governments for the benefits of the masses.
The local government council to bring the activities of government to the grassroots. The bylaws being made by the local government council are very important to govern people from the rural area. But I must also advise that the enforcement of those laws should be properly looked into.
The retreat brought together officials from the 774 local government areas of the Federation, providing a platform for robust interaction and exchange of ideas. Aniete Patrick, reporting for Global TV.
President Bola Tinubu has directed an immediate review of security operations in Katsina State, with a pledge to strengthen the fight against banditry through the deployment of advanced military hardware and surveillance gadgets. Speaking at the State House in Abuja at the reception of a delegation led by Katsina State Governor Diko Rada, the President emphasized that Nigeria's security challenges are manageable. Here is the State House correspondent's report. President Bola Tinubu says there is need for security outfits that understand local terrain and culture, adding that the daily feedback on security operations in the state must be provided. He added that his administration is reviewing all aspects of security and would holistically consider creating state police.
I'm reviewing all the aspects of the security. It might be necessary, instead of all this civilian, this medical, this, or JTVFT, civilian, that, and I have to create state police. We are looking at that holistically. We will defeat security. It will be effective. We must protect our children, our people, and our livelihood, and places of worship and places of recreation. They can't intimidate us. On one hand, the forest guard is being empowered.
I'm sure God, Allah and His infinite mercy will be with you.
For honoring the late President, Muhammadu Buhari, with a true state funeral, Masari assured the President of the loyalty of the state.
I'm sure God, Allah and His infinite mercy will be with you. We are assuring you that under the leadership of the Governor, Dr. Umar Dukorada, Katsina will be delivered in all elections to APC, inshallah.
Waziri of Katsina, Senator Ibrahim Ida, commended President Tinubu's efforts to ensure the timely completion of the Kano-Maradi rail projects and other infrastructures in the state. Ida said the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua International Airport needed an upgrade to optimize its usage.
At this juncture, Mr. President, allow me to point out that despite the state's very limited and meager financial resources, the state government, the Katsina state government, has expended well over 40 billion naira on security assets, training, and other logistics supports for our national security agencies, particularly those domiciled in Katsina. These are much needed funds which could have been judiciously utilized to provide infrastructure and other much needed social services to our community.
With assurance of loyalty from leaders of Katsina State and renewed commitment from the presidency, the review of security operations is expected to pave the way for more decisive action against banditry while strengthening the push for community-driven policing. Ramsey Enoch Agbo reporting for Global TV News. President Bola Tinubu says education is the greatest weapon in the fight against poverty, empowering individuals to overcome financial challenges and build a better future through inclusiveness and equitable access. He made this remark during the reception of the Shon of Ogbomosho, Oba Gandhi Afolabi Oladuni Orumogege III at the State House, Abuja. Uyi Agbomofuegbe completes the report. We apologize. We'll bring you that report in our subsequent bulletin. In line with the federal government's initiative on infrastructure development across satellite towns and area councils of the Federal Capital Territory, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has officially flagged off the reconstruction of Karo Interchange to Custom Clinic Junction to ease traffic congestion across the area council. Kabir Hassan reports.
For years, residents and commuters in Karo have endured untold hardship due to the poor state of roads in the area. The road condition not only slowed down economic activities, but also created daily traffic chaos, accidents, and loss of man-hour for thousands who rely on road networks to connect to the city center. The project, tagged Emergency Rehabilitation of Karo Road, is set to serve as a catalyst to the people of Karo and will be completed in a period of 10 months. The Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike, says the project is part of President Bola Tinubu's administration commitment to develop satellite towns in terms of infrastructure, urging the people of Karo to exercise patience as the project will be benefit to the residents.
The essence of the New Hope agenda is to bring back hope to the people. And I know that the people of Karo, hope has come back to you. Business environment will thrive here. And we are not just doing this road, they will all have street lights. And I hereby order the contractor to make sure all these other additional roads will also be completed within 10 months.
The minister assured the people of Karo that all other bad roads will be taken care and commend them for their maximum cooperation, adding that he will be visiting to inspect the project while also applauding the contractors handling the project.
I will be coming here very often to inspect this project because it's one of the projects we have lined up that our people must enjoy in the 3rd year anniversary of Mr. President.
The contractors of the project, Abdulva Limited, assured the Minister of Quality Work and promised to complete before deadline, urging Karo residents for patience and cooperation.
We assure you that Abdulva will bring the same dedication here in Karo with highly skilled personnel, modern equipment, and years of experience. We deliver a road that meets the highest standard within the approved time frame.
The construction of Karo Town roads is not just an infrastructure upgrade, but also a milestone that promises to ease traffic, boost businesses, and improve daily life for residents. For the people of Karo, the project represents renewed hope and a step forward lasting development in the Federal Capital Territory. Kabir Hassan, Global TV News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission and the National Identity Management Commission are stepping up collaboration to improve Nigeria's electoral process through stronger identity management. As part of this effort, the National Identity Management Commission officials will now be deployed to selective registration centers of the Independent National Electoral Commission during the ongoing continuous voters registration exercise. Sadia Yakub reports.
The Independent National Electoral Commission Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, today received the Director General of the National Identity Management Commission, Abisoye Koka Odusote, and her management team at INEC headquarters in Abuja. Professor Yakubu noted that Both INEC and NIMC manage the largest biometric database in the country, stressing that their partnership is crucial in ensuring credibility and accuracy in elections.
Under the leadership of the current Director General, we have engaged at different times with the intention of solidifying our partnership in the area of identity management. As is well known, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, holds the database of citizens for the purpose of elections, while NIMC has the record of citizens generally. Together, our two agencies hold the largest biometric databases of citizens in Nigeria.
On her path, the NIMC's Director General Abisoye Koka said the Commission is focused on harmonizing identity data across ministries, departments, and agencies. She described INEC as a critical partner in achieving credible elections in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda
and fairness across board. So we are working hand to hand. He's been here longer than I have been, and he has been a great support system in driving the federal government's agenda forward on how do we ensure that we make Nigerians happy, because that's our #1 goal, making sure all citizens are happy. Thank you.
The courtesy visit further reaffirmed the two agencies' commitment to work together in deepening identity integration and strengthening Nigerians' democratic process. Sadia Akubu, Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, United Nations suspend aid service in Nigeria over funding shortfall. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that break, and let's now take you through the world of business, where Nigeria's National Assembly will next week welcome lawmakers, accountability experts from across the continent for 11th Annual Conference of the West African Association of Public Accounts Committee. Chairman House Committee on Public Accounts, Bamidele Salam, said that the 5-day gathering is expected to attract over 300 delegates, including legislators, auditors, general, financial experts, and development partners from West Africa and beyond. Aniete Patrick completes the report.
Chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts, Bamidele Salam, says hosting the conference in Abuja is timely, stressing it will serve as a platform for experience sharing and advancing fiscal transparency. With the theme, Strengthening Parliamentary Oversight of Public Debt, the Role of Finance and Public Accounts Committees, discussions will center on enhancing scrutiny of borrowing practices and improving debt management across the region.
The whole goal, the gamut of the goal is to ensure that at the end of this conference, each of the parliament participating, each of the organizations participating will go home with takeaways that will strengthen them to be able to deliver more on what the constitution of each country has placed on them to do. And of course, this is exactly what our own committee and our own institution will also be looking forward to. But beyond that, we're also looking forward to establishing the leadership of Nigeria in some of these regional bodies.
The Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas, will officially open the conference, while the Minister of Finance is billed to deliver the keynote address. Leaders of WAPAC, AfroPac, and several development partners will also be in attendance. The conference will conclude with country-specific action plans designed to strengthen parliamentary oversight and ensure sustainable debt management in West Africa.
This steering committee is made up of stakeholders from different ministries, departments, and agencies of government, including the Nigerian Immigration Service, the Federal Ministry of Finance, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Office of the Auditor General for the Federation, the ECOWAS Parliament, the Nigerian Police Force, the Department of State Service, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, and of course members of the Parliament.
As delegates deliberate in Abuja, the outcome of the WAPAC conference is expected to set a clear roadmap for parliaments across West Africa to improve depth oversight, strengthen accountability, and safeguard the region's economic future. Anieti Patrick, reporting for Global TV.
President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria has surpassed its 2025 revenue mobilization target ahead of schedule, ruling out further borrowing to fund government operations. The president stated this while receiving members of the Buhari organization led by former Nasarawa State Governor Tanko Almakura at the presidential villa. Kikelomo Okere reports.
President Bola Tinubu explained that his administration will focus on job creation through increased export, industrial expansion, and mechanization of agriculture. He emphasized that prudent management now anchors the country's economic direction, urging Nigeria to disregard external pressures on the economy.
There's a guarantee there. I know many of you had to suffer the initial abuse and the fear. Where are we going? We know the direction that we should go. We are going up. No, those who may not know will not know. Today I'm standing before you, I can brag that Nigeria is not borrowing, it's dying from local bank. The revenue, we have met our target of revenue for the whole year. We met it in August. I've reviewed this morning.
On his part, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, assured President of full support from former members of the defunct Congress for Progressive Change.
To give their last respect and bring the cause back to Katsina. And the number of times that you and the First Lady made both to Katsina and Kaduna to pay your last ride is truly commendable, Your Excellency. We appreciate all that you did. May Almighty God reward you, and you should know that we are together with you today, we will be with you tomorrow, and will be with you forever. Your Excellency, I want to, on behalf of the whole entire former CPC members, inform you and assure you that the CPC families in every state, we have all resolved that we'll go back home and create former CPC members for Asuwaju in all our states.
Also speaking, Almakura commended President Tinubu for according former late President Muhammadu Buhari full state honor at his burial. The delegation pledged continued support for the administration as it consolidates efforts to stabilize the economy and drive national development. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News.
And now on the foreign scene. Portugal's capital, Lisbon, has been thrown into mourning after 15 people died and 18 were injured, 5 critically, when the 140-year-old Gloria Funicular derailed and crashed into a building. With early report pointing to brake failure, Portugal's president expressed solidarity with affected families, with the government declaring a day of national mourning. Eyewitness accounts suggested that Funicular sped uncontrollably down the city's slip slope before impact. And now to the world of sports. Team Lagos has edged to the top of the medal table at the 9th National Youth Games in Asaba, amassing 69 medals, including 35 gold, to stay ahead of rivals Edo and host Delta with 3 days left. The Lagos athletes have dominated swimming, winning 19 gold medals, and gymnastics, adding another 4, while also picking up titles in volleyball with more opportunities in hockey, football, in basketball. To end Global TV News Express, here's a quick look at some of our top stories. President Bola Tinubu has begun a 10-day working vacation in Europe. In business, the United Nations has suspended its humanitarian air service in Nigeria's northeast due to critical funding shortages, warning that millions of vulnerable people could be cut off from life-saving aids. And on the foreign scene, Portugal's capital, Lisbon, has been thrown into mourning after 15 people died and 18 were injured, 5 critically, when the 140-year-old Gloria Funicola derailed and crashed into a building, with early reports pointing to brake failure. And finally, from the water sports, Team Lagos has surged to the top of the medal table at the 9th National Youth Games in Asaba, amassing 69 medals, including 35 gold, to stay ahead of rivals Edo and host Delta with 3 days left. That's it on News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. Thank you for watching.